So I've got to my left here, Stephen Smith. And Steve, if you feel like you want to start first, we'll love to have you. So I'm going to let them talk about themselves. The only thing I told the candidates in advance of today was that we like to have them talk about messaging and the importance of messaging, both to them and to the Democratic Party, and what changes it might make in messaging. And the other thing was on how to involve the grassroots. What changes might they suggest for the Democratic Party to how to involve the grassroots movement more in what they do? So those are the only two caveats I gave each candidate. And so with that, Stephen, I'll turn it over to you. You can give us your background, where you're from, and go on from there. Thank you. Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's another beautiful day in Wisconsin. It starts out crisp and it's going to end with Bucky's winning the basketball game this evening. It's an honor and privilege to be here today, and I'm enthusiastic about the future of the Democratic Party of Wisconsin. We have 5 candidates that want the job. We're not twisting anybody's arm to take the job. And we have a lot of people that realize that we have to do things differently going forward. We're going to lead Wisconsin with our democratic values as well as with our hearts and compassion. Right now, we have foes across the aisle that are working day and night to undo all the good things that were accomplished in the last 60-some years. Rights of municipal workers to organize and bargain for their value. Clean air, clean water, the original Earth Day, voting rights, equal pay, civil rights. We're not going to let this go away without a darn good fight. My name is Stephen Smith. I'm the candidate from north of Highway 29. I'm proud to live in Shell Lake, Wisconsin. I have 4 brothers and a sister. I'm the oldest. I'm the leader. And one of the things that's happened in my life was 6 weeks after I graduated from high school, my father died. My youngest brother just finished kindergarten, and overnight my mother's a widow with 6 children. Now I help my mother with my siblings as well as with our family business, the school bus business. I've been married for 43 years to a saint who's been the power behind the power. I wouldn't, and we're very fortunate. We have 3 children, 2 grandchildren, and we hope for many more grandchildren. Yeah, Christine and I ended up with the family business, and we sold that in 2006 after a comfortable semi-retirement. I started working part-time in the Rainbow Home Center hardware department. It was the perfect life. And then in 2009, the owners of Rainbow decided they would sell the business or close the doors on the store. Christine and I made a tough decision to invest our nest egg in keeping the store open, and with partners we did. 33,500 square feet of retail happiness, and at that time about 49 jobs. I've since sold my interest in Rainbow, and I am no longer involved with that organization. But I learned hard work as a child, and we stuck with that. People that know me well would use words like dedicated, determined, stick to it, experienced, integrity, and values to describe me. I've been involved with helping rural Democratic candidates win elections since 1978. My mother was the original Smith for the 75th. I've also helped Mary Hubler and Senator Bob Jelk and Representative Ron Kind. In 2010, when Mary Hubler decided not to run for re-election, a Tea Party member was hired or was elected to replace her. And then came 2011, and all the bombs our governor put on this state. We became Wisconsin that I didn't recognize any longer. And I spent most of that year wondering, who am I going to help defeat Representative Roger Revard? And when no one stepped up to the plate, I stepped forward and took the task on, and with a lot of help from a lot of people, we were victorious in November of 2012. Well, today I'm here to ask for your help and your support in changing the Democratic Party of Wisconsin and electing me the next chair. I believe there's 3 groups of people that are very important. Members, activists and volunteers for campaigns. Candidates wouldn't run effective elections without campaign volunteers. Then we have candidates and elected officials, and they're looking to the next election. They're not planning for the future. And our vision has to be beyond 2 years from now, beyond the next campaign. That's one of the things that's been wrong with our party. And the third group is outside allies and donors. Some people fit into more than one group, but the DPW chair must have the confidence of the members of all three groups. Must make sure that there's communication between all three groups. Must make sure that we're in the same boat pulling on oars and not going in separate directions during elections. I can work with anyone that wants to be involved. I have a track record for working hard and staying on task. I can make phone calls as I travel around the state of Wisconsin, because we need to grow the DPW at its grassroots. You water a tree at its roots, not at its leaves. We don't believe in trickle-down as an economic theory. We should not use top-down for a party structure. It's from the bottom up. The party leaders serve the people. So we need to be involved in April elections. That's how we build our bench. We take town boards and county boards and school boards and village boards and city councils with progressive leaders. And then we can show what progressive governing looks like. We just don't need to talk about it. So neighborhood-based and grassroots, that's where our future is. That's how we win Wisconsin back. I'd like to sum up by just take a look at what's happening in Wisconsin right now. There's a basic political tension. It's a tension between the power of money and the power of people to unite and vote. Our foes are doing everything they can to drive down that vote, to make dollars more powerful than people. And we can't let that happen. You know, voter ID laws and misinformation and illegal actions just aren't right. They lead with the theory, divide and conquer. We win with the theory, unite and prosper. We're one goal, with one mission, one team. Win elections, become the majority, and govern. That's why I ask you for your support and your vote, and let's make Wisconsin the best place to live, raise a family, work, and do business. Thank you.